Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you a flip through of the months of October and November in my Hobonichi Cousin. Now these were not really active months for me. You will get to see that as I go through it. Some of the spreads, yes, I was consistent with them because it was easy to follow up on them. So this one is something I have been strictly regular with throughout the year, which is basically my income spread. The reason I do this is I have multiple sources of income and I don't get paid on from all those sources every month. In fact, the amount I receive is also not consistent at times. That is why I need to keep a track of when I receive it and what is the amount. That is why I do this. So what I've been doing is, see, for example, in October, you can see that I've written S and U referring to the multiple sources, and of course the amounts have been written below that, and I've highlighted the days that I've received it. Now for me it's pretty easy. The first day, whichever is, will be from S, and the second one, that is 12th, will be from U. So this is pretty simple, nothing complicated over here, but at the end of the year I will have an entire idea of how much I have received this year from which source, and how regularly or on what time I have received it and such. Now this may be not relevant to anyone, but it is quite important to me as such. Now coming to the next spread, this is my index spread. Again, this is one spread that I've been thankfully consistent with. So I've been using this as a sort of index for my daily spreads because I'll journal a lot over there at times, and then it gets a little difficult to find some things over there. Even if I do not journal a lot, what happens is they are basically 365 pages. So if I want to find something urgently, maybe next year when I flip through this planner, this makes it a lot easier for me to find that out. So as you can see, there are a lot of blank spaces at times, and sometimes I filled it up. Not because I've not journaled over there, but these are like the very important things I would probably go back and read on. Some spreads are just a little fun journaling, maybe emotional journaling as such, not specifically memory journaling. Okay, when it comes to memory journaling, I really need to refer back to it. So that is more or less what comes over here. I hope it is not confusing for you as such. So I know that some people use it as a habit tracker, but it never really worked out for me, so that was out of the question. Now coming to this spread. Okay, this is the monthly spread. Again, I will show you both October and November. I have been quite consistent, I would say, with these spreads as well, because no matter what else I leave blank, this will show me the highlights of that month. So this is quite important for me in that sense. So it's a little bit crowded over here, but it's very clear to me what those things are. I have minimal decoration, which is this washi tape that I've already set up for all the 12 months at the beginning of the year or the end of the previous year. Now, other than that, there is no any sort of colorful things that pop up, I guess. Okay, there is a lot of color. Not much of stickers, except for these stickers which are used to point out the birthdays and anniversaries in that month. And I have these circle stickers. If you can see, they are of different colors. Of course, there are only two colors here, but I have several colors, and they point out different events for me, in the sense that most of them are for church related events. Some are personal. For example, this one is my periods, and I have a key for all of this at the back of my book, which I don't really refer to now because I know them well, because I've been using them regularly, but I tend to need them at the beginning of the year. Now, I find them pretty useful because they are clear, so you can see through the number. And I do not know whether I've spoken about them before, but they are from Erin Condren, and they come in a set of 3. So there are many stickers which will easily last you more than 1 year. You don't even have to buy for several years. If you change up the colors every year, it will last you well enough. So that is something that I really enjoy using. And then the next thing that I point out, or write a lot over here, are important things that have taken place that month. So a number of meetings, and I just highlight them. There's no specific color to it. I just want it to stand out. So a committee trip that I had, okay, the trip was cancelled. So I had initially highlighted the entire boxes all the way up to here, but then the trip was cancelled. So, or if something was postponed, I see to that I don't white it out. Instead, I actually write the reason for that happening, for that getting postponed or it really helps me understand why something was cancelled or whether there was an original plan or not. See, if I write it out, there's no existence of it at all. So I prefer to do this instead of just cancelling the whole thing. Actually, write about it over here. Other than that, there are minor things that have come up, like DC is actually driving class. I am extremely scared of driving. I know I'm pretty old, but I still don't know how to drive. So it's embarrassing, and I still don't know. Okay, I've still not learned it. I'm just too scared, I think. I've not got my license yet, but that's another story. Then some things, I've done a hair perm. Okay, minor things that come up, but again, this is something that I do kind of like once a year. So I like to know the date, because I do it somewhat approximately at the same time the next year. So that gives me an idea of that. Then I have my social media updates when I posted, okay, that month. So there's YouTube, there's Instagram. I'm not really active on Instagram. And then I have some stats given here, which help me get an idea of how much updating regularly has worked towards this. And there are minor smaller stickers, as you can see. These are not see-through like the other ones that I showed earlier. These are for bills as such. Okay, so I think this is quite a busy month, and I've enjoyed using the monthly spread. Not so busy over here as far as you can see in the November spread. A number of reasons. Events were less, and also, yes, again, there was a small trip over there, some weddings. Nothing much happening around here, and also because this was a month where I was not really active, because we got a new member in our family. His name is Blue. He is my first pet. It's a betta fish. I do not know how many of you are into fishes and aquariums as such. So it's almost a month now since I'm shooting this in December. I'm filming this video in December. I'm not really good with this. I don't know why I decided I would be good at looking after pets. He was really sick when I went to the shop that had him. In fact, it was not an aquarium shop also. They had fishes amongst the other things in that store, and he was really looking sick, and I just wanted to get him home. Like an idiot, I forgot that I was a beginner, and for a beginner, maybe taking a sick fish home was not the best idea. So he's still there. Okay, he has a lot of fin rot, and I'm really worried about him because it's been a month. I feel that he's improving, but I'm just learning the tricks, so I do not know how to go about it. And yes, I know I'm just blabbing on about it, so I'll just stop that. But basically, that is why I've not been really active this month, because I've been trying to look after him and being a lot worried about him. I couldn't concentrate on much of anything else. Anyway, let's come to the weekly spreads. This is where it all starts going down in the weeklies as well as the dailies. So this is where October starts. Okay, I was using it more or less over here. What completely was stopped was the me time section. I made a part for it, but I never really used it. So as you can see, yes, some weeks I was consistent, but by the time I've reached, I think this is the third week or of October, you can see the empty spaces popping up. I have been consistent with many things, but not with me time at all. So me time goes completely blank, even though I've left a lot of space for it. Like I said, just stopped using it as such. A lot of water related things here because of the aquarium. I was not being careful, and there we are in November. Now here you can see that it has gone down even worse. I even stopped using the to-do section, okay, on certain days as such. Not that I was really sick to use it, and see, the entire week is down the drain. Now this one, I filled it up later, the events as such, because this I needed for reference later. That is why I just came, I think the next week or the week after that, and filled it up. So it was a little of back planning sort of. Same over here, I just removed the me time section from here because I found there was no point to it. So the to-do section directly, and then the events. On the left hand side and on the top I have trackers, which I kind of filled on some days and I left blank on the other days. I think as I was coming towards the end of November, I tried to get back to it. So again, I've been using my trackers. This is my sleep tracker, hair care, skincare, water tracker on top. This is from the Hobonichi stencil if you're interested. Events, always I've been consistent with it because this is really important for me to keep a track of the events. take a note of them. However, I'm not a social person. They are important to me because I'm part of committees that need to write a report about this at the end of the year. So that is that. And yes, I'm somewhat, I think, back to my to-do list at least, and consistent with the trackers over here. This is the last week of November. Again, I tried to get back the me time section again, but I didn't use it. But yes, I have made it a point that I will use it in December, at least part of it. So I have added certain things. Now, just to be clear over here, this Bible reading section, okay, is a separate thing that I do other than my regular Bible reading. This is a sort of thematic Bible reading that I've taken up for this year. So it's not that I don't read the Bible at all per day. I do it, okay, but this is additional reading which I had note down because I can't remember this. This is in a specific order that I found, okay, a type of reading plan that is there. There are other things that come up in my me time, but I'm not adding them now because I feel that would be too much for me. Sometimes I have language learning here. Sometimes I have reading books over here, which went down the drain completely for a few months. So that is also there. We will come to that later, but this is more or less my current situation. I have come back to everything in a slow manner, so that makes me happy as such. Now let's go to the daily spreads. So this is October for me in terms of daily spread. Now this sticker is from the MU print-on stickers. What happened is, generally I use this dashboard section for whatever important fun quotes that I've read somewhere, or something that I found interesting enough to write over here. I don't exactly plan on this page. It's for me to enjoy the spread as such. Now what happened is, as I'm extremely lazy, as I was extremely lazy in the months of October and November, I did not bother using the stickers on the daily spreads. Instead, I just put on the entire sticker over here. See, usually what is done is I cut it out into smaller sections and place it on different spreads throughout the month. But I was too lazy to do anything over here, and I did this. So you can see that my daily spreads will probably not have much stickers as I go through them. Much or no stickers at all. Now in my daily spreads, again, did not use it consistently. It was more of just here and there use, but at least I was there instead of leaving it blank completely. I think from what you see, it's pretty clear. What I do often is that I highlight in huge letters or block letters what is the theme of what I'm writing, so that I can refer to it easily and also fill in my index easily later. And then of course I journal based on that. Like I said, I was too lazy to do anything, so I just put on the entire sticker. There are no individual stickers on each page. It's more or less empty. So October, as you can see, was not very one of my active months, but at the same time I think I took enough time to write about some important things that had come up here on specific days as such. So it was not that I completely ignored it. I have journaled. Now when we come towards the end of October, you can see that yes, I am filling it up. And here is November. Okay, I love this quote. How to know when something won't be fun? Someone will say, come on, it will be fun. I think it's very true because I don't like events. I don't like going out. I love staying at home. And then someone tries to drag me out of my comfort zone by saying it will be fun, and I end up agreeing to it because I'm that kind of person who just agrees to it. I don't know why I do that, but yes. And I end up hating it after I go there. But that's another story for another time. Now, yes, again, same thing. I was a little lazy about the stickers. I should have actually spreaded the stickers throughout the month of November, which I tried to do. So you can see here there is one. And yes, these were more of those circle stickers they were pretty good. But yes, sadly, since I didn't use most of the daily spreads, it kind of looks empty and sad. Okay, not a huge issue for me, but yes, that is that. Again, did not journal much. Some days I did, some days I did not. Most of the days were frankly empty, as you can see. I might go and decorate it more if I have the time for it, but frankly, I don't see myself doing it. Oh, this was a wrong one. So this is the last of it. It is the 30th of November, and then we go into December. Now there is one more spread I want to show you because I feel I should be truthful regarding all of it. Now this is my library spread. or the books to read section. Now I was pretty consistent with it for larger part of the year, as you can see. See, it's a fairly simple consistent setup. What I've done is I've divided the page into 4 sections. This is just a black marker pen, it's not some kind of washi tape. And these are the covers of the books that I had taken a printout of. Just a basic print, it's not a beautiful print as you can see, but enough for me to make the page a little bright, the spread a little bright as such. Last time I had a very boring column sort of thing where, you know, it was not interesting enough for me. At the same time, I'm not artistic enough to draw all those beautiful stacks of books that many people do. So this was what I went for. It kind of attracted me to come and use this spread, but at the same time was not too bland as such. So it's pretty simple. There's the cover. I have a place to write down the stars that I'm assigning it after reading the book. A sort of bar, the loading bar sort of, to show how much I've completed in the book. Okay, so it's 438 out of 438. If I've not read or I've read a few pages, then 62 out of 822. The type of book, poetry, again category ebook, the month that I read it in. Okay, so a number of things that I felt were relevant enough to fill it on. As you can see, September is the last time I read books. October I have not completed. I have just ignored this entire section. Frankly, I don't think I'm going to read even in December. I might add these remaining 4 to 5 books into the next year's set. I have not decided on that yet. Most of my books are generally from the Goodreads section, so it depends on what comes in their Goodreads awards every year. Some I add on my own. It depends at the end of the year what is decided as such. So that's about it for this month. I hope you enjoyed the flip through, and I hope it's been going better for you. At least in my case, not so great. But I think I will get back a lot more to writing and sticking to my planner in December, simply because Blue seems to be my beta. He seems to be a little more better. And I don't know, December is also a pretty busy month for me. But yes, bye guys. See you next time.